Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day 2 of Victory Genesis. This is the second day of our opening event here in Victory Vengeance Wrestling, doublev.wrestling, the home of women's wrestling in the WOCW network. I am your host and CEO, Charlie McDaniel, and thank you for joining me here tonight. And those were the matchups you saw yesterday. Jackamaya beat Sister Thorne, Tiffany Williams beat Murphy Young, Vibora beat Piper, and Violet Fox beat Cheryl White. And as we move on tonight, I have swapped up the brackets, so they will verse the opposite opponent than you would have thought initially. But we will see that later on tonight, as first off, we are starting with a triple threat contest. And entering first, a woman you're familiar with if you watched last night's episode, this is Alice Piper. Tonight, we will have 2 triple threat contests. The winners of these 2 triple threats will go on to battle at Out of Control to crown our first Aurora Championship. And entering first, you saw her last night. This is Alice Piper. And what a show, might I say, she put on yesterday. Am I right, folks? She put on a stylish performance. She fought her heart out, and she has nothing to be ashamed of as she enters this matchup, as I would say the favorite after that matchup last night. And another woman you saw last night, El Foragito. She was not successful in winning the Battle Royale for that Huntress Championship. But let's see if she might find some more success tonight and move on to battle for that Aurora Championship at Out of Control. And I wonder what kind of dirty tricks she has up her sleeve for tonight. And Out of Control is our second event for doublev.wrestling. It is slated to happen at the start of July, early July sometime. And it will be where we decide our first Aurora champion, our first tag team champion, and of course, our first world champion. Right now we have a new debut. You didn't see her last night, but here she is. This is Archangel, another luchador from Mexico. Had a few run-ins with El Foragito in the past. Interested in how that'll play into this matchup tonight. But Archangel is a much fairer competitor than El Foragito, I'll just put it that way. She is an underdog. She is small, but she is fierce and technically skilled. She makes up for her size with her wrestling talent. Alice Piper, El Foragito, Archangel. Which of these 3 women will move on to battle for the Aurora title? Oh, and straight away, Archangel headed straight for El Foragito, catching her off guard, and going for a beautiful wrist lock, springboarding off the corner into the arm drag. And Archangel is dominating right now. Oh, and El Foragito targeted Piper instead of Archangel, surprisingly. I think perhaps El Foragito wants Piper out of the way, so she can just have her one-on-one with Archangel, perhaps. And El Foragito going for Piper now, but Piper does kicks. El Foragito goes for a kick of her own, but Russian leg sweep from Piper takes her down. And Piper with a big left hand to Archangel. Archangel takes her down to the mat. And El Faragito goes for Archangel and breaks the eyes of Piper. Piper slaps her off. A lot of reversals here. Piper with the arm drag takedown. And then Piper goes for a swinging neck breaker. And El Faragito is rolling out of the ring now. Takes down Archangel. And a dropkick misses on Archangel. She rolls out of the way and goes for a dropkick of her own, taking Piper down. And then heads to the top turnbuckle. Archangel pointing to Piper. Piper rolling to her feet now. What's Archangel going to go for here? Goes for a dropkick to the back. Nails it. And Archangel, that gets the clothesline to the face there from El Faragito. And the backstabber from Faragito to Piper. Archangel quickly dodges that dropkick and tries to pick El Faragito up, but a knee takes Archangel down and sends her rolling out of the ring to recuperate. Russian leg sweep from Piper. And it stomps the wrist in, trying to damage that arm of El Faragito. And then she goes for her double knee backflip. El Faragito's in trouble here. The super kick. No, El Faragito dodged it just in time. And El Faragito saw Archangel coming, even despite the Piper's offense, and managed to reverse. And give Archangel an arm drag there, but doesn't matter as Piper gets that DDT off. Now Piper is in control. A big nasty knee there, vicious knee to the face of Archangel. Piper ended up in the corner now, and Archangel going for another one of these beautiful, oh no, into the Hurricane Rana this time. And crucifix driver from Archangel. Stomps on the back of El Faragito, rolls her over, and heads up to the top turnbuckle. Archangel thinking about what to do here. And then she's going to go for a 450 splash onto Archangel. Not quite enough damage done yet, though, to get a pin. Oh, and a nasty punch from El Faragito to Piper, taking her to the ropes. And El Faragito tosses Piper outside the ropes here. Archangel standing back as El Faragito bounces off and then goes for a sword wrecking ball dropkick. And Archangel quickly follows outside, the two women striking but not hitting each other. El Faragito heads back inside, then goes for a wheelbarrow bulldog onto Archangel. And then taunts. He's telling her how much better she is than Archangel, in her opinion. But Archangel reverses and sends El Faragito into the corner here. What's Archangel going for? Slapping the face of Faragito. Not taking the disrespect. Going up for a superplex at an odd angle. Oh my god! A superplex to the outside of the ring. From the top turnbuckle. Crumbling down to the mat below. Onto the outside flooring. What a vicious superplex from Archangel. As we move on, Archangel and El Faragito are both still in this matchup though. Nasty back elbow from Faragito as she's tossed into the corner again. El Faragito reverses it, puts Archangel in the corner here, but Archangel gets out of that situation. Oh, and the backslide driver! Goes for the pin on top of it. Could this be it? No. Piper's there to break it up. And she calls that the Molotov, folks. That backslide driver from El Faragito. Piper gets Faragito up in the top turnbuckle, but the crossbody blocked by, oh, beautiful maneuver there by Piper. Could this be it? The referee goes for a count. 1, 2, ooh, nearly a 2 count. Piper, beautiful ring awareness there, able to position herself, so that she could direct the crossbody from El Foragito to land onto Archangel and then try to pick up a quick pin off of that. There's another pin again off the double knees, but doesn't quite manage it. The damage is building on Archangel though. She seems to have been the focus of majority of the offense in this matchup. El Foragito climbing the top turnbuckle while the other two competitors are distracted. And the dog pile on top of each other as Piper crumbles to the mat, but she's up first. Goes for a pin on Archangel. Looks like most of the damage might have been on Archangel there, as they all just crumbled down on top of one another. But Archangel is still down as Piper wrestles with El Foragito. El Foragito, the poison mist! Poison mist from El Foragito. She's going for it again. Molotov! And she's going for the pin. 1, 2, and broken up by Archangel. Luckily, Archangel was there to break up that pin after the poison mist spray from El Foragito. On top of that, the backslide driver, the Molotov. I don't think Piper was kicking out of that one. As Piper goes for a kick on El Foragito or Archangel, I'm not too sure who she was going for there. But Archangel and El Foragito are ignoring her for the moment, battling amongst each other. El Foragito, a nasty dropkick, grounds Archangel and then turns her attention to Piper, who's distracted. The poison mist! Again, poison mist, then she goes for it again. Molotov! Poison mist and the Molotov. This could be it. 1, 2. No, doesn't manage it. Piper manages to power out, just push all of the weight of El Foragito off of her there. El Foragito goes for another desperation cover, but Archangel is there to break it up this time. What an amazing display of heart there from Piper. Able to power out of that Molotov. The poison spray filling her eyes now, it must be. She's getting back to her feet. Archangel goes for a cover, but Piper is there to break it up. Well, I think El Foragito kicked out anyway. And Piper grabs, and goes for a back suplex, but Archangel, too agile, jumps out of it. Gets her around the back, locks the arms, and dragon suplex. And Piper is injured, rolling out of the ring a little bit to recuperate. Going for a pin. Archangel only gets the 1 count. Archangel, Irish whips El Foragito into the corner. El Foragito with the back elbow. Takes Archangel, gets her in a suplex position, and drops her down. Picking Archangel up yet again for more punishment, no doubt, but Archangel with the fireman's carry takedown, and then jumps up, the head scissors, spinning around. What an amazing display of acrobatic skill there. Goes for a cover, but Piper is here to break it up this time. Oh, and Piper rolls through. Oh no, goes for a super kick! Piper with the super kick, and she goes for the cover on Archangel. 1, 2. Archangel kicks out at 2.9. Archangel manages to find the power to kick out at 2.9 of that vicious super kick from Piper. And Archangel goes for a tilt-a-whirl DDT onto El Foragito, stomping onto Piper. Piper rolls out of it, with the two women just brawling here now. Goes for another tilt-a-whirl DDT. And Archangel is dominating right now. After that amazing kick out, found a new second wind. But El Foragito looking to put a stop to it, gets her in a suplex, but Archangel drops behind. And then follows up with a poisoned Frankensteiner. As El Foragito rolls out of the ring, Piper takes her down with a Russian leg sweep, a kick to the chest. Another kick to the back now. With Piper picking apart Archangel. Goes for a kick to the midsection. Archangel rolls out of it. Gets her for a power bomb. Piper rolls through. Piper rolls through. Locks the legs down. Got her pinned down here in the roll up. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Piper manages to find the sneaky win there with that well-performed roll-through of that powerbomb attempt, locking her legs down on the shoulders of Archangel and not allowing a kick out. Amazing display of skill and ring awareness from Piper, and that allowed her to pick up the win here tonight. As Piper will move on to battle for that Aurora title at Out of Control. Here was the powerbomb, rolls through, Piper does, and then locks the legs down on those shoulders. Archangel, aware of what's happening but unable to find the power to lift her shoulders from the mat. Piper is your winner. Alice Piper, not successful last night, but she did find some success tonight as she will fight for the Aurora title at Out of Control. But let's move on, as this is the second triple threat of the evening. This will decide who is battling Piper for that Aurora championship at Out of Control. Entering first, Tia Cassidy, member of Outlaw, friend of AK-47 Violet Fox. Unsuccessful last night in the Battle Royale, eliminated rather early, second I believe. But she is here tonight to try to redeem herself, try to pick up a win, try to move on to get some gold in her possession. Entering second, we have Cheryl White. Last night she didn't do so well. Cheated a little bit by AK-47 and Tia Cassidy as they snuck that chair into the match and distracted the referee. Violet Fox laid her out with a nasty chair shot followed by the 1949 backbreaker. She's here, she's ready to fight again even after only a night's recovery. I wonder how that will play into this matchup. Will the head or the back show any injury? And how will she react to having Tia Cassidy in the same match with us? And our third competitor for this triple threat, we have Sung Ki, the South Korean sensation. Sung Ki is here to try and get a victory under her belt. Just like Tia Cassidy, she was not successful in that Battle Royale, but she might be more successful tonight. I said she was my pick to win the Battle Royale. I was wrong there, but I do believe that I will make her my pick again in this matchup to win. Sung Ki just has everything you need to succeed in this sport. She has fire, she has passion, she has skill, and she has sportsmanship. I can't see her not succeeding at some point in her career. And I think tonight might be the beginning of her success. Maybe Out of Control will be where Sung Ki gets her first championship victory. Tia Cassidy, Cheryl White, and Sung Ki. The referee calls for the bell, and we get underway in this matchup. Sung Ki going straight for Cheryl White. Cheryl White was going to go for Tia, but the facebuster, wheelbarrow facebuster, and a clothesline. Sung Ki just laying out both opponents here. Oh, but the rookie mistake, not turning her attention to Cheryl White soon enough, as Cheryl White managed to get back to her feet. And then the suplex is laying everybody out. And forearm, European uppercut rather, And, Tia interrupts that suplex there. As she goes for Sun Ki. Cheryl White and Tia looking to team up a little bit with that held enziguri. Maybe they're either forming a small alliance here, or maybe they'd rather have a one-on-one match to settle their differences. But no, Cheryl White decided against it, takes out the vertical base of Tia, and then the chop block from Sun Ki as Tia rolls outside the ring. Sun Ki tries to throw White into the corner, but White reverses it, gets Sun Ki, but Sun Ki gets her in the corner now, and puts her down on the floor. She's going for here. Goes for a big fist drop, diving fist drop from the middle rope, and it heads up to the top turnbuckle in the corner, but Tia is here, she better be careful. Jumps over Tia, but White rolls out of the way anyway. Bounces off the ropes. Doesn't find anyone yet, goes for the European uppercut, dodged by White. White sent into the corner, as Sun Ki gets Tia, goes for the suplex. Tia drops behind, and then goes for a chop block of her own. White kicking out the legs of Tia yet again. And White going for a DDT. White dominating this matchup now as Sun Ki is forced to roll out to try to recuperate and get back into this match. And a jawbreaker to White as Tia tries to regain her footing. But White goes for doesn't manage it. Big smash to the back as Tia picks her up. Both of these women just drop behind. Neither managing to lay out some full offense. As Sun Ki goes for a diving double axe handle, catching White off guard. Then goes for Tia, but not quite fast enough as Tia was able to get her wherewithal back, and then a belly-to-belly suplex. Tia picking... and the back wheel trip from Tia Cassidy, laying out Sun Ki. And the kicks out on the 3 count. Just before the 3 count there. Sun Ki manages to find the will to kick out of that back wheel trip. Just lifting Sun Ki up there, Tia was, and just planting her down. Goes for a clothesline in the corner. A DDT by White. And goes for a super kick block. Gets the super kick off. The fake out super kick, and then a backflip from Sun Ki. Beautiful display of acrobatics and skill there from Sun Ki. And she's going to the top rope, going for a shooting star press. She calls that the searing star. And goes for the pin. Tia gets in the ring, but Tia. That was close there. White manages to kick out, but Tia not even trying to break it up, just mocking Sun Ki, just letting her know that she's not afraid of her and that she doesn't think her searing star is enough to put anyone away, frankly. I believe is what Tia was trying to say there. But Tia manages to roll White up here. Sun Ki back to her feet, gets the break up. Sun Ki going for Tia now, but Tia is too busy with White to see her coming. And the super kick, no block, no fake out super kick again. As Sun Ki climbs to the top rope, looking to hit perhaps another searing star. But Tia rolls away just in time. Sun Ki changes her mind and delivers a elbow drop to the back instead. Gonna wait for a bit longer to hit that searing star. Heading up to the top turnbuckle again. What's she gonna look for up here? As Tia crawls again. White's back in the ring now. She's got to be careful. Tries a double foot stomp onto Tia, and then the chop block takes out the knees of White, and she's heading to the top turnbuckle again. But both women crawling away, neither staying in place for that searing star. And goes for another drop on Tia, but manages to dodge it this time. Clothesline takes out Tia as White turns her around. White goes on Sun Ki for a teardrop suplex, lays out Sun Ki in the middle of the ring, goes for a cover. Referee checking the shoulders. 1, 2, just a 1 count there. drops the elbow onto the head of Sun Ki as White picks her up again and then tries for a punch but blocked by Sun Ki. Sun Ki turns it into a super kick. These fake out super kicks on display. Almost impossible to reverse them. And Sun Ki goes for the kick but blocked by Tia. Tia wrestles with, and the European uppercut. Just a big hammer fist to the back. And then goes for the pin after that move. Don't think that's going to get you anywhere. Not sure though. White managed to break it up before Sun Ki manages to kick out. And White is picking up Tia here. Getting her up on the top rope. The kick. And Tia goes for the big shoulder barge drop off the top rope. Sun Ki and Tia are the only ones left in the ring. Big kick to the chest. Goes for another kick. It's dodged by Sun Ki. And Sun Ki with a roll up. Oh, so close. I thought that was it. Thought that was it there. The roll up. Sun Ki gets caught off guard. Tia throws her into the corner. Tia sets Sun Ki up in the Tree of Woe. And just drilling that foot into the face. Pressing it into the face of Sun Ki. Cheryl White going for the big sleeper. Oh no, oh god. Sleeper slam on Tia there. Just got her hanged up in the ropes on the way. Tia manages to kick out though. Nasty sleeper slam there. Oh, goes for the running super kick. Doesn't manage it. Dodged and dodged again. Not managing these running super kicks. The elbow delivered. And the feds press. And Sun Ki drops out of it. The go behind goes for a back, no, face buster. Heading to the middle turnbuckle now. Sun Ki is, no, heading back down. Oh, heading to the top turnbuckle. Maybe she figured she might be able to go for it. Here we go, Searing Star. Goes for the pin. Cheryl is dazed outside and the pin. Sun Ki has won this matchup. Sun Ki manages to pull out the win in that matchup. Even though I would say she was outmatched. Both of those women picking on her a bit. The underdog manages to pull out the win with that Searing Star, Shooting Star press. And here was the one earlier in the match on Cheryl. Cheryl managed to kick out after Tia just stares. And I think that Tia underestimating that Searing Star would cost her eventually in this matchup. There was a super kick, and then here was the final Searing Star on Tia. The move she underestimated, and she is not underestimating it in that moment. But she is probably out cold. The amount of force that Sun Ki came down with that Searing Star. And she rests on the ropes here. A warrior who won in this matchup. Used everything that she had, but she came out the victor. And I'm happy to say that she will be moving on to fight at Out of Control for that Aurora Championship. And now, folks, the second round for the WV World Championship. I'm sure you've been dying to see this one. We have AK-47 Violet Fox going up against Tiffany Williams. And there she is, Violet Fox entering by herself tonight. Tia too injured from the earlier matchup, I'd imagine, from just taking that Searing Star to the midsection. AK-47 makes her way towards the ring. Confident and cocky look across those eyes. AK-47's opponent for tonight. She won in a controversial finish, a controversial match against Murphy Young. But she did move on in the tournament. And here she is, Tiffany Williams. But is this where her journey ends? She is versing a fierce competitor in AK-47, Violet Fox. She managed to sneak a win against Murphy Young though, so perhaps she can do the same against Fox. The problem that she faces here is that Violet Fox is going to be more knowledgeable about the dirty tactics that she might employ. Murphy Young, not exactly that experienced in terms of dealing with those dirty tactics, as she never uses them herself, but Violet Fox, well, as you know, she's a big fan of playing dirty. This match could end very poorly for Tiffany Williams and her modeling career. AK-47, Tiffany Williams. And let's get underway. AK-47 goes for a running knee immediately, grounding Williams. AK-47 just with that vicious knee. And goes for a, oh, what's this? Goes for a, oh, backbreaker. Bending the arms back. And then the backbreaker. Kicking in the back of Williams again. Just laying in the offense here, AK-47 is. The AK-47 celebrates a little bit. Oh, back to her feet, but AK-47 grounds her again. Fox just not letting up here. That boot to the face, vicious boot to the face there. Williams not getting a chance, but kicks out the knee of Fox. Maybe this is her chance. Oh, goes for a super kick, doesn't land it. Gets the punch instead, and then goes for a slap, reversed by Fox. Fox with the back elbow, and then tossed outside the ring by Williams. This could be a chance now, but instead she's just mocking Fox. I don't think that was a good idea. Oh, and the two women trading places now. Williams wants to try to avoid contact with Fox, but not going to manage it. This is a wrestling match, after all. And Fox goes for a leg drop, doesn't land it. Williams rolls out, but doesn't manage to land any offense of her own, as Fox is still too fast delivering that offense. Pushes her into the corner now and drops it to the floor, and then she's going for it again, just stomping into the face of Williams with those vicious stomps. It goes for the full auto combination in the corner there, and then Fox just celebrates on top of the middle turnbuckle. She's in no rush to finish this one off, but she has shown who is going to win this match so far, I think. Unless Williams manages a sneaky tactic, I think Fox is moving on in this tournament. Another nasty knee sends Williams reeling. Diving double axe handle to the head of Williams. Oh, and the jawbreaker from Williams shows some fight. Goes for a crucifix driver. Picks her up. Fox not having it. Smashing that arm down on her shoulder. And the enziguri to the face of Williams. Goes back into the corner again. He's celebrating again. Taunting in the corner. Goes for, I think just taking out the knee there. Didn't manage it fully, but did daze Williams. And Williams taunts again, and that was a mistake. And I don't think AK-47 took kindly to that. 1949. The 1949 backbreaker. She picks her back up. Oh, and another one. 1949. Two 1949 backbreakers in a row. And 1, 2, 3. And you could have counted to 20 there. Williams was not kicking out of two 1949s. A rather one-sided matchup there. Williams pissed Fox off at the end there, I think, with that taunt. As there was the 1949 straight after it. And then another one into the pin for the 3 count. Solid 3 count. Because Williams is completely out of it. And AK-47 is the first woman moving on into the 3rd round. And she will be fighting for the #1. Oh no, Murphy Young's here. Murphy Young is here. She's beating the hell out of both competitors. The referee sending her out. Murphy Young just coming into this match to dish out some pain. Not happy with how this tournament's played out. I can't blame her exactly. Unfairly eliminated from this tournament, but we must move on. And folks, here we are in our main event of the evening, the closing match of Victory Genesis of our 2-day event. The Brazilian submission specialist, striking specialist, MMA trained, predator, stalker, hunter, Vibora. And second up, you saw her, the first match ever of doublev.wrestling. Jack Amaya. She managed to pull off a victory against Sister Thorn, a surprise victory. And now she's moved on into the second round of this tournament. But can she get past Vibora? We will find out in this matchup. This is the main event of the evening. Let's find out who will battle AK-47 Violet Fox for that WV World Championship at Out of Control. Oh, and both women, a sign of respect there, sportsmanship between the two, just before the match gets underway. With the handshake. Jack Amaya versus Vibora. And the referee calls for the action to begin. Oh, neither woman getting close enough there. Oh, the Theds press. Runs in with the Theds press. Jack Amaya gets the first hits of the match. Starts off strong. Picks Vibora up. And then, what's she going to go for here? Oh, no, nothing as Vibora outsmarts her. Goes for a Uranagi. Grounding Amaya. And then just twisting at the neck. And this begins. Vibora picking apart Amaya, piece by piece, perhaps. Oh, but Vibora didn't manage to continue that offense as Amaya back to her feet. Goes for the boot. Dodged by Amaya. Dodged that... Oh, not a lot of dodges happening here. And goes for an elbow drop. Dodged by Vibora. A big left forearm to Vibora. And twists the leg around and suplex. A beautiful display there of maneuvering your opponent's ligaments. Amaya heads to the middle turnbuckle. And she's going for a drop kick to the face of Vibora. Nasty drop kick to the face of Vibora there. Nearly an implosion kick. Meteora grounds Amaya though. As Vibora heads to the top turnbuckle again. She might be a bit far here. She goes for a Meteora. Doesn't make it. Doesn't quite make it. This leaves Vibora with a chance. Oh no, Amaya with a chance to capitalize. But Vibora gets her again. Nerves might be getting to Vibora a little bit here. She doesn't seem like the type of person who lets nerves ever get to her, but I mean, this is a huge opportunity. Vibora just trying to get her mind straight again and gets that pop-up Meteora. She's trying to get back into this. Doesn't want to lose her focus or her concentration at this point in the match. And a Theds press again from Amaya. And Amaya heads up to the middle turnbuckle. The fans cheering for her. Tries to stomp on Vibora. Vibora goes for a mushroom stomp onto the chest of Amaya. Drop kick to the back. Picks Amaya up. Amaya with the dragon screw leg whip. Heads outside the ropes. Oh, and goes for a splash. Oh, just manages it on the back of Vibora with that frog splash. Picking Vibora up. Vibora nails the Enziguri. Looking to follow up now. But going for the pin after that big Enziguri. Doesn't even manage a 1 count there. Vibora looking for some form of offense here. But oh no, a nice jump and an Enziguri from Amaya. Beautiful maneuvering there. Saw that same move yesterday, I believe, from AK-47. And a German suplex takes Vibora to the mat. And Amaya picking her back up again, telling her to get up. She's going for here. All or nothing as the jawbreaker stops whatever that was going to be, and a pop-up Meteora grounds Amaya. Goes for the pin again. Vibora locking that arm around. Gets a 1 count this time. Vibora tries to lock the arm, but Amaya wiggles out of it, the punch to the face, and goes for a dropkick, dodged by Vibora. Vibora goes for a punch, blocked by Amaya, a kick to the midsection from Amaya, and a spinning back fist, follows that up, suplex position, gets her up for a vertical suplex, drops her down. And Amaya heading up to the top turnbuckle now. Goes for a diving knees, no, dodges. Vibora manages to roll out of the way, and Amaya bounces off the ropes, goes for another Theds press. Picks Vibora back up, Amaya does. Goes for a roundhouse kick. Oh no! Vibora dodges out of it. Spinning back fist. Nails Amaya. Sends her off the ropes. And gets her. Catches her by behind. Teardrop suplex. Goes for the pin after the teardrop suplex. 1, 2. No, just a 1 count there. Lifts her up by the neck. And drops her down for the inverted DDT there. Lifting inverted DDT, rolls Amaya over, and then working on that arm, twisting it around, and then spinning and dropping it down on the canvas. That's gotta hurt your arm there. Twisting it out of place. And Pink goes to pick her up, but Amaya drops behind and does the inverted DDT of her own. Telling Vibora to get back to her feet now, as Vibora tosses Amaya into the corner. Tries to follow that up. Lifts Amaya up. Puts her up on the top turnbuckle. Sends her legs outside the ropes now. Could be going for the superplex. Yep, heading to the top rope. And getting her for the superplex. Dropping her down. And that's a big move. That could be it. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. Kicks out of it. Amaya kicks out of that big superplex off the top rope. Vibora picking her up again for another lifting inverted DDT. Amaya found the will to kick out of that big superplex, but she kips up, manages to kip up, but Meteora from Vibora takes her right back down. And then Vibora gets the arm, hyperextending the arm, trying to lock in that arm bar. Amaya's going to have to get out of this one quick, or unless she's going to tap out. This could be it right now, but Amaya manages to stay in it just long enough to turn it over and break free of that armbar there. The arm's got to be killing her now, and the big roundhouse kick connects. And Amaya calling for the fans, then chanting, cheering for her, giving her the energy that she might need to finish this one up. Goes for a spine buster, drops Vibora down. It's been fairly even so far. Vibora lifted back up. But it's slapped out of the way. Amaya, 2 dazed, but no, she recovers just in time for that scoop slam. But Vibora with the European uppercut goes for a cutter. Goes for a big cutter from jumping cutter. Goes for a pin, but kicks out of it at 1. Amaya kicks out of that big jumping cutter at 1. It came out of nowhere. A palm strike from Amaya. Maybe Vibora would have gotten more than a 1 count if she dived instead. Dead press from Amaya. Pressing down onto Vibora. And she catches some energy. She's trying to regain her composure a little bit. Lifts Amaya. Vibora goes for a punch, misses, goes for a second one, gets the Pele kick. Both women in this matchup, users of the Pele kick, rolls Amaya over, and what's she going for here? Dragging her into the middle of the ring, and then stomping on that arm, looking to deal some more damage, lifting, calling for Amaya to get back to her feet, and then goes for Venom! The spinning like lariat, goes for the pin. 1, 2, 1. 1 count from Venom. Amaya kicks out at a 1. And Vibora looking to follow up now, but no, the jawbreaker from Amaya. And then goes for a Pele kick. The Pele kick from Amaya taking Vibora down. Heads to the outside. She might be going for it now. Calls for Vibora to get back up to her feet. Vibora dazed, but getting back up. And then implosion kick from Amaya. The implosion kick nails the face of Vibora. 1, 2, 3. That implosion kick drilling into the face of Vibora. Just right through her jaw there. Could have broken her nose almost. I think the medics need to check on Vibora ASAP after that implosion kick. There was that superplex early on in the match. I thought that could have been the end. Nasty maneuver like that, but it was not enough as Amaya kicked out just before the referee's hand came down for 3. There was the cutter from Vibora, but Amaya manages to kick out of this thing at a... Oh, it wasn't even a 1 count, I don't think, actually. And there was the implosion kick, drilling right through the face of Vibora, as you saw there, and then gets the 3 count from there. And there is your winner, celebrating in the ring. Jack Amaya manages to pull off another win here. An amazing main event that she's given us. An amazing opening to Victory Genesis and an amazing closing moment to Victory Genesis. Jack Amaya has granted to us. What a tremendous wrestler. She celebrates her victory. Oh, but here is AK-47, the lady she will verse at Out of Control. AK turning her around here, the two staring each other down. The fans cheering for this. The two just have a little stare down here and then back off. AK-47 backing off at the end. And that has been Victory Genesis, ladies and gentlemen. I have been your host and the CEO of doublev Wrestling, Charlie McDaniel. And please, I urge you to join us next week, Wednesday night, as we embark on the path to Out of Control. Be sure to tune in to find exactly when Out of Control will take place and find out what the tag division has in store, as well as what else will develop between now and Out of Control. Thank you for watching.